it's Amy from Amy's Art Table. Today I have a funny little pumpkin with a witch's hat that I thought we could work on. So grab your supplies and let's get started. Okay, so for the funny little pumpkin with the witch's hat, the little jack-o'-lantern with the witch's hat, we're gonna start with some wet on wet watercolor. So I'm gonna grab a medium-sized brush and some water. And I am going to paint. I'm gonna start by painting my paper with just water in the circular shape of the pumpkin. So I'm gonna make a nice circle sort of in the center of my page. I'm gonna paint that all with water. It's gonna be kind of a large circle. And if you're having trouble seeing your water, you just turn your paper a little bit towards your light source and you can see the glimmer of the water. Okay, so once I get a circular shape that I like, filled with water, I'm going to start dropping in all kinds of different orange colors. And this is just gonna be a really fun blended pumpkin. It's gonna be made up of all sorts of oranges. Okay. So I've got that orange and then I've got a red orange. Just start blending. Okay, so I'm going to continue to drop these different orange colors onto the pumpkin. And it's okay if there's a little white left. So I like that. Get it to a place that you like. You add a little water too. Okay, so that's fun. I like that. Okay, so now I'm going to add the splatter on the outside of the pumpkin by dipping my brush in the watercolor and then back into water and then splattering it around the pumpkin. So there's no wrong or right way to do this. It's just for fun. Add some splatter. All right. And now we're to a point where we need to let this guy dry. So I'll catch you back in about 10 minutes. Okay guys, we're back now and this pumpkin is mostly dry. So we are going to work with some black here. Grab my brush. Some of my splatters are still not dry, but that's okay. Because as you'll see, this hat is going to take up a large space. So what we're going to do is we're going to go right, maybe I'll try to go around that splatter. I don't know if that'll work, but I'm going to make a hat shape. So this is going to be the brim of my hat. And then I'm going to round that back up. Something like this. Go right over this splatter that's already there. I'm going to fill this in with black. So now we have sort of the brim of the hat. Come back in. And add the underside in a lighter black. You can choose to go over the splatter or just leave it. I think I'll just leave it for now and just see what happens. Okay, now the key to this hat is going to be, we're not going to necessarily touch the black to the orange color of the witch's hat. So I'm going to start over here and make the very tip of the witch's hat. And I'm going to work on these black pieces. Okay, so I'm going to kind of imagine that the hat is thickening. As we go along here. And then I'll add one more piece. I'm not going to get quite the vertical dimension of my last painting. So if I would have had the hat come down a bit more, then I'd have more space up here to make it higher and taller. So we'll see how this guy turns out. It doesn't necessarily bother me that the hat is a little shorter. Okay, so something like this. Maybe work on that curve just a little there. As you start putting in these black spots, then you can start imagining how the hat will look. Maybe I'm looking a little bit the underside of this hat here. And curve it a bit more. All right. So something like that. Again, your call if you want to get rid of the splatter or not. Now, if your pumpkin's dry, we can also go ahead and add a jack-o'-lantern face at this time in black. Another thing that I did on another one was add it in yellow, which made it look like it was lit up. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to add it in black. Start with some eyes. Go ahead and get creative on your face. You can do this however you want. Spooky or friendly. I'm doing traditional triangles here. Do a longer nose. Add a funny little tooth there. Right, so now I'm going to rinse this brush completely out. And you can go ahead and dry it on a paper towel or a towel. And then I'm going to grab some orange. I'm going to finish up the hat. I'm going to add pieces and try not to bump into the black too much so it doesn't blend together and make a big mess. And there we go. A fun little jack-o'-lantern with a witch's hat with some splatters. And that should be a funky, fun little Halloween craft to do. And it didn't take us too long. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you give this video a big thumbs up, and you'll like and subscribe and check back for more. I'll have more videos. I try to put them out every week or 2 weeks. And if you'd like to see something specific, just go ahead and ask in the comments. I'll be happy to create tutorials. Hope everyone has a happy and safe Halloween. Bye now.